This is the Tineco A10 Essentials. It pulls more embedded dust out of carpet than I expected for a lightweight cordless, as long as you stay on top of the filter. It lives in that everyday cordless stick vacuum category. It is for small to medium spaces, quick cleanups after cooking or kids or pets, and for anyone who wants an easy grab-and-go vacuum that does not feel heavy in the hand. If you do a lot of deep cleans on thick carpet or deal with a constant stream of fine dust, you will want to listen closely to the parts about maintenance and filtration, because that is what will make or break your experience here. The design keeps the weight centered in your hand, so it feels nimble when you pivot around chair legs or reach under a coffee table. The handle angle is comfortable, and the trigger is light to pull. There is a small latch beside the trigger that locks it on, so you do not have to keep your finger squeezed the whole time. There are 2 power levels that you toggle with a single button on top, and that is honestly all I need on a cordless like this. The dustbin has a straightforward bottom door release. It opens easily over a trash can, but the bin itself is on the smaller side, so you are emptying it more often. The filter system is a basic cyclone with a pre-motor filter. The pre-motor filter is washable and easy to access. There is a wall mount in the box, but it is not a smart charging dock. You route the charger to it, or you plug the charger directly into the battery. The main cleaner head is low profile, which helps under chairs, and it has forward-facing lights that make fine debris show up on hard floors. The brush roll is a standard bristle bar without an anti-tangle comb. Setup takes minutes. Everything clicks together with obvious arrows. The initial charge took a few hours on my outlet. From there it was grab, press, and clean. The swivel feels light and predictable. It does not fight you when you turn at the wrist. It slides easily on carpet in the lower power mode and still tracks well on high. Noise is a steady whoosh rather than a harsh whine. It is not whisper quiet, but it is fine for daytime cleaning without waking anyone in the next room. The trigger lock has been more useful than I expected. I leave it locked on for the hallway and unlock it for quick spot cleaning in the kitchen. That little convenience matters when you are using it every day. Now for the part that actually matters, how it cleans. On carpet, suction and airflow feel above average for a budget cordless. I worked the hallway rug and a medium pile living room carpet with a mix of crumbs, dust, and tracked in grit. On the lower power setting, it cleared surface crumbs easily. On high, it pulled embedded grit that the eye cannot see, but the bin definitely shows. I did a simple deep clean check by sprinkling a measured amount of fine material into a square of carpet and making 3 slow back and forth passes. It recovered about 7/10 of what I put down, which for a cordless in this class is solid. That is the result that surprised me most, because it means this little unit can actually freshen up high traffic areas between bigger cleans. On hard floors, the story is mixed. Fine debris like sugar, dust, and salt pickups are clean on either power mode. The brush and the suction pull it right in, and those front lights show what you missed. Larger pieces, like whole cereal and dry pet food, tend to bunch up at the front lip of the head on the forward pass. If I tilt the head back slightly and pull instead of push on the first pass, it gets most of it. Once the head clears the first pile, it continues fine. It is a quirk of the head design that I have seen on several budget sticks. If you deal with a lot of large debris on hard floors, a soft roller head would be better. Tineco sells a soft roller head that fits, and that attachment makes large debris pickup on hard floors effortless. The catch is that buying that separate head adds significantly to the total cost, so factor that into your plan. Edge cleaning and crevice pickup are actually very good. Along baseboards, it pulled debris lines clean without me having to go back with a crevice tool. I also tested in an actual doorway crack where grit likes to live. A few slow passes, and it cleared the groove about as quickly as vacuums that cost more. That is a win for practical everyday cleanup. Hair behavior is average to below average. Short pet hair does not wrap much, but long strands of human hair will tangle around the brush bar. After a week with 2 long-haired people in the house, I needed to cut away a band of wrapped hair. The brush bar pops out for cleaning, so it is not difficult, but it is something you will want to do regularly if long hair is common in your home. The biggest trade-off with this model is filtration and how quickly the pre-motor filter clogs on fine dust. I ran a kitchen test with a small spill of baking flour. Pickup was immediate, so performance at the head looked great. When I opened the bin, a noticeable amount of that fine powder was packed onto the pre-motor filter. After a few more minutes of cleaning hard floors, suction felt softer and the tone of the motor changed. Pulling the filter and tapping it out restored performance right away. That tells me two things. 1. Fine dust will cause suction to drop sooner on this vacuum compared to machines that separate fine particles more effectively. 2. You need to plan on frequent filter maintenance if you live in a dusty area or clean up flour or drywall dust or similar fine material. I also shined a flashlight near the exhaust and could see a faint haze with very fine dust after that flour cleanup. If you have allergies or need a fully sealed system that traps ultrafine particles, this is not the right tool. Battery life is respectable in the lower mode and brief on high, which is typical at this price tier. In my runs, I got around 20 or so minutes on the lower setting doing a mix of carpet and hard floor. On high, I got about 10 to 11 minutes. The way I use it is simple. I run the lower mode for the kitchen and hallway, then flip to high for a couple of slow passes on the high traffic rug. That rhythm gives me a whole apartment clean on a single charge. The battery is removable, so if you pick up a second battery, you can extend a long session without waiting. Charging is straightforward. You plug the charger into the battery or route the cable to the wall mount. It does not start charging just by hanging it on the mount, so make sure the plug is seated. Let me talk through a few real scenarios. After making dinner, there was salt, a little flour, and onion bits on the tile. I used the lower mode, and the lights on the head helped me chase the fine sparkle of salt. It picked everything up, but the flour cake on the filter meant I tapped the filter out before putting the vacuum away. On the entry rug, which collects gritty dust from shoes, I used the high mode and did slow passes. The bin filled fast and what came out looked like dark sand, which is exactly what I want to see. On stairs, the lightweight body is a relief. I put the mini brush on and held the vacuum in one hand without strain. For the car, I clicked on the crevice tool and dusting brush. Suction on high was enough to pull sand out of floor mat grooves. Again, the limitation is duration on high, so I focused on the driver's side and passenger side and left the back seats for the next day. There are a couple of thoughtful touches that made daily life easier. The trigger lock is one of them. It sounds small, but it makes longer cleans less tiring. The forward lights are another. You see what you missed on hard floors in a way that overhead lights do not reveal. The removable battery is a practical choice because it extends the life of the vacuum. If the battery wears out in a few years, you can replace just that part. The whole unit is light enough that anyone can pick it up and do a quick pass, which makes it more likely you will actually use it every day. So here is where I landed. The Tineco A10 Essentials is a genuinely easy-to-use cordless that cleans carpet better than its size suggests and handles daily crumbs and dust on hard floors without drama. It is a strong fit for small homes, apartments, dorm rooms, and anyone who wants a lightweight vacuum for quick daily resets. It is not a match for people who are sensitive to fine dust or who want a fully sealed machine. It is also not ideal if your floors constantly see large debris on hard surfaces unless you add a soft roller head. If you are okay with rinsing or tapping out the pre-motor filter often, and you mostly want a dependable grab-and-go vacuum for carpet and general tidying, this checks a lot of boxes. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment with your questions or your own experience with this vacuum, and tell me what you want to see next. Thank you for watching.